Here are musicians we forgot were super rich. Number 10, Master P. Make them say, yeah, you guys remember that from Master P? Coming from a humble background sometimes is exactly the fuel a person needs to change everything and become the successful entrepreneur they've always wanted to be. And the hustle is real when it comes to Master P. From an early age as a boy from a dangerous neighborhood in New Orleans, Percy Miller, aka Master P, knew he wanted more out of life. With just a bit of money, $10,000 to be exact, he decided to start out in the business world with a small record business called No Limit Records and Tapes. He decided to actually get into the music industry himself and started his own record label with the same name. Little did he know that he would make himself one of the richest rappers in the industry. Master P and the rest of the No Limit soldiers soon dropped hits. As funny as this sounds, Master P was known for being frugal with his business expenses, as he wanted to keep his profit margins high. He was able to keep his profits and bankroll any new ventures he wanted to take on. His business mindset allowed him to maintain ownership of his and his artists' songs. Master P's net worth is estimated at around $250 million, coming from his music career, real estate investments, and many other business ventures. Number 9, Shania Twain. While country music seems to be usually dominated by men, in the mid-90s, Shania Twain came and took over what seemed like the entire world with hit song after hit song. With over 75 million records sold worldwide and counting, there's no doubt this Canadian star has enough dough to forget about any type of problem. Well, the types that can be solved by money anyways. Although it seems as if she's disappeared, Twain has managed to maintain a strong fan base, and with that, a growing wealth that registered $58 million in earnings in recent years. With an estimated net worth of over $350 million, Shania has done what so many artists struggle to do: keep an active and lucrative career that spans more than 2 decades. A combination of a solid music career, smart investment choices, and endorsements with high-end brands has allowed Twain to keep sending money to the bank. Number 8, Calvin Harris. How many of you Calvin Harris fans envisioned him becoming one of the biggest DJs in the world? As one of the fastest climbers on the list of richest musicians in the world, Calvin Harris has seen his fortune soar in a matter of years. He's become a common fixture in the world of pop, with big collaborations with stars such as Rihanna. Calvin Harris has steadily made his money performing all around the world. One of his most successful tactics has been producing smash hits both in the EDM and pop world, allowing him to become a well-known star in both scenes. His hard work has earned him a place in Forbes' top 50 list of biggest celebrity earners for 2018. His net worth is estimated anywhere from $185 to $225 million. Forbes has estimated that he's made $48 million alone in 2018. With this type of net worth, he's not only climbed the Billboard charts, but he's also climbed the net worth chart for top-earning UK musicians of all time. Number 7, Birdman. Put some respect on it. We're talking about Birdman now. Brian Williams is the co-founder of Cash Money Records. It's safe to say that one of the main attractions of getting into the music industry is definitely the money involved. But as history has shown us, you gotta be careful with money and invest wisely. And this seems to be exactly what Birdman has done. Even though this guy probably doesn't look like it, he's an extremely shrewd businessman. Becoming a strong presence in the hip-hop industry takes a lot of work and a little bit of luck, such as being smart enough to sign Lil Wayne and Juvenile to Cash Money Millionaire. After creating Cash Money Records back in 1991 with his brother Ronald, Birdman has since become one of the most recognizable faces in hip-hop. Coming from a humble background, Birdman used his surroundings as inspiration. He wanted to get himself out of the projects and change his life and those around him. First, getting some local attention in the South, Cash Money started off slowly, but slowly grew after Juvenile, Hot Boys, and Lil Wayne started blowing up in 1998, and the rest is history. They're now a huge record label that has artists such as Nicki Minaj and Drake signed. Having signed some of the best in the hip-hop world over the decades, the company has had a successful run that allowed Birdman and his brother to attain a net worth of a supposed $150 million each. But we're guessing that number is still going up each day. Number 6. Robbie Williams. Do you guys remember the hit song Millennium? A lot of Americans may only know Robbie Williams by that one hit song, but he's definitely been stacking that cash for quite a while overseas. So how exactly did he start out? His mom saw an ad for a new boy band being formed back in 1990 and encouraged him to audition. Williams was catapulted into stardom during his 5-year tenure as part of British boy band Take That. He decided to go solo, and what followed was a chain of hits that cemented his success in the pop arena on a worldwide level, something not many popular Brits were able to do. His current net worth is valued anywhere from $150 to $200 million, ranking him as one of UK's wealthiest musicians ever. Here's an interesting fact. His Close Encounters tour, featuring some of his hits from the 90s, became a Guinness record-breaking event. He sold 1.6 million tickets in only a day. Who would have guessed that the artist to sell the most concert tickets ever in one day would be Robbie Williams? Number 5. Adele. It seems like pretty much everyone around the world would hear the name Adele and immediately know who you're talking about. Profound lyrics and a belting voice have secured Adele a spot in superstardom almost instantaneously. Known for her soulful voice, Adele has been one of the most successful British performers of the century. Multiple Grammys, a career respected by experts and fans alike, and a net worth of $165 million. Not too shabby at all for someone who was aspiring to help other artists get into the industry by being an AR. Her fortune has been consistently growing ever since the release of her debut album 19 back in 2008. With the release of her latest album 25, she secured a spot in history, as 25 became the year's best-selling album and broke first-week sales records in a number of markets, including the UK and the US. Her net worth has been estimated anywhere from $135 million to $185 million, depending on who you ask. So, what's Adele been up to since releasing her album back in 2015? Well, she was recently spotted at a Drake concert. Who knew she was a fan? Number 4. Celine Dion. Is it actually possible to think of Celine Dion and not think of the Titanic theme song? It's because of songs like My Heart Will Go On that Celine Dion is one of the richest singers in the world. It really all makes perfect sense, considering her long career has spanned over 2 decades. Years of performing has given her an insane amount of money. Her fortune is estimated to be around $430 million by Forbes. After her introduction to the world in 1988 at the Eurovision Song Contest, Celine Dion became a pop icon in the 90s. Her ballads and strong voice cemented her popularity among the general public. After her 1997 smash hit My Heart Will Go On, which went on to win the Academy Award for Best Original Song, she was literally everywhere. Her voice and performances have undoubtedly turned her into the icon she is today. Interestingly enough, even though she sings in English and French, she can also sing in Spanish, German, Italian, Mandarin, and Japanese. You would think that she's made all her money from selling records. However, it's her residency at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas over the years that have really helped her make all her money. Number 3. Jimmy Buffett. How many of you guys have been to the Margaritaville in Las Vegas? Margaritaville, the restaurant, was born from the song with the same name. It's Buffett's crazy island style that's made him a huge icon with his fans. Known for big hits such as Margaritaville and Come Monday, Buffett was able to create a very loyal fan base that follows him along most of his adventures. Buffett first called his music drunken Caribbean rock and roll, and hey, it's worked out well for him. With a successful music career that spanned over 4 decades, Jimmy Buffett has taken on many different ventures. One of his first ventures was, of course, his restaurant. His first successful Margaritaville restaurant opened in Key West, Florida in 1985. He's had books that have been on the New York Times bestseller list. He's opened a casino in Atlantic City called, what else? Margaritaville, of course. He's also released a video game that's called Margaritaville. His fortune has been increasing consistently, giving him an estimated net worth of $55 million, according to Forbes. Even though he's worth over $500 million, he still hasn't stopped performing. It's probably because it's too much fun for him. Number 2. Meier. How many of you guys remember Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Anyone else wonder why Ferris was even friends with Cameron? Anyways, that's a whole different discussion. But do you guys remember that song in the movie that goes, "Oh yeah"? That song made Meier a one-hit wonder. However, that one hit has made and continues to make plenty of money for Meier. Meier, part of Swiss electronic duo Yellow, provided the vocals for the "Oh yeah" part. Can we even really call it a song? The song basically only says "Oh yeah" repeatedly. The song became iconic in the 80s when Ferris Bueller's Day Off used the song as part of its iconic scene involving that sweet, sweet Ferrari 250 GT California. From that one scene in Ferris Bueller, "Oh yeah" became the staple music for many commercials and for some of the biggest brands in the upcoming decades. Brands such as Twix and TV shows such as The Simpsons have used this song. Meier was actually already pretty well off by the time "Oh yeah" blew up, which explains the rest of the story. It wasn't through this one hit that he made all his millions. It was his business mindset that allowed him to venture into other businesses that became very successful. Even though Meier hit it big and made several millions with "Oh yeah," he made the rest of his $175 million through other ventures. His investments include a stake in a railway company, a holding company, a luxury watchmaker, and ownership of 250,000 acres of land in Argentina. Hey, remember, you only gotta get rich once. Then you let your money work for you. Number 1. Akon. Venturing into other kinds of business seems to be the recipe for a ton of money. It's actually owning your own music that generates money that lasts for generations. Only a few artists have done so, and Akon is one of them. Akon began his career in the early 2000s, and it launched him into stardom. Akon became a hit maker almost instantly. His first 3 albums, Trouble, Convicted, and Freedom, went multi-platinum. Although he was born in the US, Akon spent part of his childhood in Senegal. When he started making a ton of money, he decided to give back to his people in Senegal. In 2014, he started a project that aimed to provide electricity to 60 million people in 15 countries in Africa. He also started his own charity called Confidence to help youngsters in the continent. But how exactly can he afford it? Well, other than his own successful hit-making career, Akon's made some savvy business moves. For example, he's the co-owner of a diamond mine in South Africa. And that's about it. Oh right, let's not forget he got super lucky signing Lady Gaga. Yep, it's nice to eat off of that, right? Here's what's next.